Oh, baby.
Oh,
Confidently wrong.
We got nicotine.
We're hitting the vape. A little nick.
the nicotine vape.
Nothing wrong with that. I don't usually do this.
I don't usually do this either.
I see why people are hopelessly addicted to
Yeah, no
this.
kidding. It's almost like it's a neuro drug.
It is funny that we have a nicotine vape, a full buffet of McDonald's, and high noons, dude. We are all either in our 30s or about to be, dude. We're living.
Sunday night, confidently wrong.
Yeah. Sunday, that's right.
Sunday.
Yeah.
We have the one and only Stephen Barton.
Hey, what's
In
going
the
on?
fucking
What's going
barn.
on? Hell yeah.
It's good to have you back because
great to have you back,
we had
man.
you for when there's technical issues
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we couldn't release it, so it's
Yeah,
good. It's
no,
good to
it's
have you
all
back
good.
for one that will get released.
Yeah, we're not going to completely waste your time.
No, it was fun to hang out with you guys. No, I'm happy to be back.
Yeah,
It's
man.
not too far away from me, which is nice.
You're out in the sticks with
Yeah,
us.
yeah, out in the sticks with you.
Out in the fucking
So-
boonies. Do you like living out in the sticks?
No, I fucking
No,
Let's
it's
unpack
yeah,
this.
no, it fucking sucks.
it's kind of depressing. I've been back for 1 week. I think I've been in bed for like most of the week playing video games.
They say, "Oh, this is the way life should be."
It's
Hard
not.
disagree.
Yeah.
I can't, I can't complain too much. Like we have a nice view at like my in-laws place. I'm living with my in-laws. There you go, world. We have a nice view of the ocean, which is nice. It's tidal, so it like goes in and out. And I see
Right.
Casey's friends like digging clams out in the,
Right.
out in the flats. But like, we're far away from everything. It's like, to go to a
Yeah.
decent grocery store, it's
Mhm.
35 minutes. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's just like, that's not fun.
I'll go to like that
No.
gas station out there and
Yeah.
get like a chicken sandwich or something. And every single time I interact with the guy, it's like I feel like I'm talking to like a Russian villager. You know what I mean? Like there's so
Yeah.
much like distance between
Well-
me and this person. Like we can't relate at all, and that's
Yeah.
crazy. Like
Well,
we
there-
should be able to.
There's like almost like an animosity too. Like I feel like when I stop at places and like local Maynards are there, they're like, it's like there's like this error, like, oh fucking city boy, come here. It's
Right.
like, I don't even want to be here.
Yeah.
Like I'm ready to move.
Yeah. We're going to fucking
Yeah,
Philly.
they're like,
dude.
don't come into my town. Like I didn't want to be in your town
I
to
didn't ask
begin
for
with.
this, but parents were tired out
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Fucking world shut down.
Yeah.
Dude.
I ran out of money.
I can't help it.
The biggest issue for me and Aaron is that like, and this is like a statewide issue, is there are only like 4 good school districts in this entire freaking state.
I believe that.
And,
Sure,
like,
it costs like $1 million.
Yeah, and to go to
fucking live
I'm
there.
not can't live in Falmouth and buy a house for $1.7 million. If you're lucky,
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
so. Yeah, it's like we found like a decent school, so now we're like, fuck, like what are we gonna do?
Gotta make it
Like,
Yeah. That's just, I can't imagine paying like $1.5 million for a house I would kill myself in. Actually,
Like, oh, what's there to do in this town?
Yeah.
Well, develop
Nothing.
alcoholism.
Yeah.
Shoot things. Dude, weren't you saying like you had? Oh, that wasn't you. But
No, it happens near me too. It
Wait,
happens near me too.
the neighbors shooting all the
Yeah,
time.
all the time. I hear them
Yeah.
across. My
Yeah,
kids are like,
dude.
"Daddy, are those the bad pops?" I was like, "Really, it really depends on your
Well, so
perspective."
were you the one? Were you the one that told me the story about like you like asked the neighbors to stop shooting so much, and they started shooting more?
If it wasn't me, it has happened. It's not,
No, wait. I remember hearing that.
I
That
don't-
was who did?
It was probably Alex, because Alex lives in his parents live in that town near Freeport, Durham. Like in
He
Durham,
Yeah.
He would never ask them to stop
No.
shooting.
Right. He
He'd
would
be
say,
like,
keep
"Well,
doing
can you
it.
keep shooting,
Well, one-
please?"
You're
So-
a patriot.
this is wild. One day, like these 2 dudes come down my mother and father-in-law's driveway, and they have AR-15s just like hanging out. Like, yeah, we were looking for like blah blah blah. I think we were looking for like foxes to kill because they're fucking redneck psychopaths.
Christ.
And they're just walking down the driveway with AR-15s. My mother-in-law's just like, "Can you get the fuck off my property?
Right.
Like, what the hell are you doing?"
No, we're
Like,
the good guys.
Yeah.
with guns,
like,
dude.
no,
Damn.
you're clearly not. You freaking lunatics.
terrifying.
Like,
Speaking of guns, I remember I took this class in college on like the Vietnam War, and I remember at the end the professor like had all these like really personal experiences like in Vietnam,
Yeah.
like in Madison, because Madison had like a big like protest culture.
yeah.
And I remember so like the last lecture. Sorry, I did hit the nicotine. He was telling us about. He's just trying to do like a thing. It was like, oh, like the PTSD of Vietnam, and he was telling me that like he was telling everybody that he had a friend who his dad served and had really bad like trauma from the war. And I guess what he used to do was he would get into fights with his family, then go down in the basement and shoot a pistol at the wall to make everyone think that he killed himself. And then apparently he did that like every single time they got into a fight. And then just one of those days he did it for real
Oh, thank
and
God.
shot himself. And I just remember thinking like, what a prank.
Well, also, like, that had to stop working after, like, the first couple times,
It's
right?
like, could you imagine the sleepover at that kid's house where you just hear that and you're like, they're just arguing.
Dude, my dad, he's got a lot of stuff.
Tax season's coming up.
He's under a lot of pressure.
A lot of pressure.
Is your dad an accountant? No.
No, he tried taking a class, almost killed himself.
Yeah.
Those forms.
Yeah, a lot of numbers.
I remember we definitely had to go to Chuck E. Cheese whenever taxes were being done at our house. Not that our father was discharging a firearm inside of the home, but
Yeah, true.
wasn't doing a desk pop.
Chuck E.
but-
Cheese does make me want to discharge a firearm. So
I'm sure.
Every once in a while, I drive by a Chuck E. Cheese, and they seem so small now. I don't
Remember the bug stomping game at Chuck E. Cheese?
Oh, that was just down by the river for me. So
Yeah. That's just local.
That's
main
just
living.
me walking around looking for the unhoused. Oh, sorry.
there's been a lot of deaths in that community lately,
Yeah,
Chris.
dude,
Jesus
apparently
Christ.
there's a serial killer going on. I'm just trying to spread awareness
No, that's
here
just
on
fentanyl.
Competition.
That's just fentanyl.
Yeah, wait, what? There's a serial killer?
Yeah, apparently there's a serial killer.
In
Allegedly.
Maine?
Yeah.
About
Oh.
damn time.
Or New England. I
Good place
think.
for it, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah.
Lots of woods,
Yeah.
lots of
A lot
bogs.
of places that you say about damn time.
We're just naming Lizzo songs.
Yeah, see, here it is.
In a minute, I'm about to kill a homeless guy with my foot. With my feet, with a boot. They blamed it on the
Sorry.
juice they were putting in their arms.
I mean, honestly, I will say, though, if anyone could kill a homeless person and make it seem like an accident, it would be Lizzo. I didn't reinforce the chair.
I sat on his face and he suffocated. I don't know.
That's confidently wrong, folks.
I mean, we got that out.
No, it's funny. I liked it.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. Think about it. If you were just like, I fell. It's a pretty.
It's,
I
you know,
tripped.
the shockwaves alone.
The glass flute went right up his ass. I don't know.
What's this here? Rumors swirl about a possible serial killer after multiple human remains found on the Connecticut shoreline.
Oh,
Police
Connecticut.
do not
Good.
think so. Oh, I'm glad
Police do not think so.
Ah,
Wow.
it's probably nothing.
I've never known a police officer to be in the wrong about something.
yeah.
Listen, as a person from Connecticut, good.
Yeah.
Waterbury needs less people. So.
Yeah.
You grew up in Connecticut.
Yeah. Right below Sandy Hook.
Here's my,
Oh, fuck.
Here's my read on Connecticut. It seems like most people from Connecticut are freaks. Is that
Confidently wrong, Chris over here.
confidently wrong, Chris?
We got a normal Connecticut over here right now.
Nutmegger, thank you very much. That is what we call ourselves. We are the nutmeg state.
You're the nutmeg.
Really?
Yeah,
I guess someone had to
and
be.
there's no nutmeg in the state, so I don't know how we got that name. But
it's got to be a euphemism. of
no,
some
it
kind.
really depends on where you go. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and if you're in the nice parts of Connecticut, yeah, you get normal people, well educated. You
Yeah.
go 10 minutes outside there, it's like, oh, I'm gonna get stabbed. This is bad because we got gun laws, so they can't shoot people.
Yeah.
So
I feel like New England is, I think, the most where it's like they hate all the states around them. You know, like I know that happens like most places too, but like I feel like New England's the most I've experienced where it's like you live in Maine, it's like see the fucking idiots from Massachusetts. Like these guys fucking suck.
Right.
I think
Yeah.
we're all slowly coming together to hate Rhode Island the most, though,
Why Rhode Island?
because it's small and they don't have a lot of people. And we just bully them. So
Right.
Yeah.
It's just
I mean, I
dumb
was born in
stuff.
Rhode Island, but I was not a big fucking deal.
You just grew up there. There's a lot of family there. There's fucking Connecticut.
Yeah.
Look at me. We got fucking good basketball.
Oh.
we have good women's basketball, so still no one's going.
I mean,
I take that back. It's the most popular women's basketball program in the country.
Men's
Yeah, I mean,
program,
it's you could be the most popular nutmeg
Yeah.
company in America. Who gives a fuck?
Nutmeg company. Well, here I saw. I wanted to talk to you guys about this. I saw a fucking. There's a video about this doctor who was doing some misconduct. Now I'm going to tell
Doing
you.
some
I'm
misconduct.
going to tell you what the report said,
Uh-huh.
and I want you guys to guess what this guy was doing. Okay. So the report said we have serious concerns about this physician's ability to administer medical care in a professional manner.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty vague. I'm not giving you much to work with here, but I want you guys just to guess what this doctor was doing to have the medical board make this evaluation. of
Okay,
his- of
I have
his
a question, and
performance.
this matters though.
Mm.
I have a question. Is he like a doctor, or is he like a surgeon?
He's a doctor.
A doctor. Okay,
Yeah,
that does change. It does
successful-
change.
A successful physician with multiple offices.
Oh,
Was he molesting his patients?
that's a given.
So molesting patients, that's what we're going to go with. What do you think?
That'd be my guess.
I'm going to go with looking at patient records that he's not supposed to look at.
Okay. This doctor, there's video of this doctor strolling the office completely naked during business hours, walking into the reception area during business hours and beating himself off to completion.
Oh my
Damn.
God.
Coming on the secretary on camera.
Holy shit.
That's
And the medical
wild.
board is like, we have some concerns
I would have some
about his
concerns
ability
as well.
to administer
Jesus
medical
Christ,
care.
Listen, Richard, I
insane.
refuse to call you Dick. You really can't keep doing
Yeah.
this.
We're going to have a conversation.
That just drives me crazy. Like this, like euphemistic language that the medical, like
Yeah.
real like entities like have to use. It's like, why
Yeah.
can't you just say this guy's a fucking freak?
Yeah.
And also, like, he's not banned from practice. Apparently, he's like being suspended. He has to take a break.
He gets a slap on the
After
He
wrist.
needs
beating
sensitivity
off.
training.
Right. he needs to have a little fucking session about, hey man, you can't beat off on your fucking
Yeah.
employees.
That's
Just
wild,
say
dude.
yes. We're afraid that this serial sexual assaulter shouldn't be
Yeah.
performing medical
Oh,
treatment on
And
people.
before he was made aware that there was video of it, he was asked about coming on his secretary. He's like, I'm gonna have to see the footage to
Okay, listen.
jog my memory.
Wait, it's his practice. Doesn't he know there are fucking cameras? What a
You would
what
think,
a weirdo.
dude. The guy owns the building.
You would have had to be so sure there was footage when you said that.
No,
I
I don't know what
no.
you're talking
I-
about.
This reminded me. I've been getting like a lot of like Facebook ads for like class action lawsuits, which is weird that I keep getting them. But I saw
You got
one
that
for it was
face.
like, were you like molested as a child at like this care facility in like Massachusetts or whatever? But it was just, I was like watching the video and it was like, were you sexually assaulted by, they said, quote unquote, Dr. Cold Hands or other doctors? And I'm like, why are we giving them nicknames?
I mean, for you to know that he was Dr. Cold Hands,
Yeah.
you probably were.
You're sitting at your computer on Facebook and you just immediately have a flashback. Like,
It's all coming back to me.
you get goosebumps up your spine from the cold hands.
And it's just-
Dr.
I do
Cold
think
Hands.
it would be funny if, like, obviously these people should be prosecuted, but they should have like WWE like intros for when they're prosecuted. Like, now introducing the undisputed champion, Dr. Cold Hands. His intro music is like Ice Ice Baby.
Coming to the ring, Dr. Ejaculoid. Oh, it should have been the what's his face? Oh damn, I just fucked it up. The guy who killed himself.
Oh, Benoit.
No, Benoit.
Chris
I should've
Benoit.
used it.
Damn.
Rip, dude.
But yeah,
Rip
speaking
in
of
peace.
doctors, I've been watching. There's like this doctor like medical drama show like on HBO now called The Pit. And have you guys seen it? No. It's really good, but like nothing has made me more certain that I could never be a doctor, because it's like so rather than it being like every episode is like one case and they figure it out, it's every episode is 1 hour while they work in this ER in fucking Pittsburgh. So it's like it's a
Pittsburgh,
madhouse, and it's like patient will walk in, they'll be like, oh, these are like 3 symptoms they have, and they'll be like, oh, like give me this, like 7 things that they need to get right away or they'll die, and then like, well, what do you think it is? And they read off like 10. I can't remember 2 things. I forgot to jack off yesterday. I woke up in the morning and I was like, I'm going to jack off, and I just forgot. I couldn't imagine if they were like, get me an O-line and a needle and a fucking what.
Right,
like I would just be like, one more time.
Yo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Can you slow that down for
Yeah.
me?
Like, I'm already a bad bartender. I cannot imagine being an ER doctor.
I thought the video that Chris was going to talk about, there was one that came out recently. It was this surgeon. That's why I asked that question. He apparently he's getting in trouble because this guy blew his hands off with a homemade explosive device.
Jesus.
And they were doing surgery on him, trying to save his life. And like, I guess he was like stripped naked. He had burns and shit all over his body. And like on this guy's dick, there was a swastika and like other white power tattoos like on his dick.
Wait.
And the doctor like took pictures of it and was like, I don't know, like, I just want everyone, and he sent it on WhatsApp like his colleagues, like, yo, just so you know, like this guy's a white supremacist.
We were talking about this on our last.
Yeah,
pod.
I was like, dude, what? I was like, oh
Jared
man,
found that one for us.
dude,
Yeah,
that's fucked up.
That's
Like,
so wild.
Well, not to rehash it from the last one, but like you have to take a picture.
you
gotta
you
send
just
that
don't
to
you
your
just don't
buddies.
you don't you just show them the picture.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't send it on. You just show them the picture. Then you'd be fine. It's the fact that you
Or
sent the picture.
Yeah, why can't it just be like a fun story to tell it?
Yeah.
Why do you need to fucking put it in the group chat?
Also, like now, it's not that I have a large bank of knowledge on white supremacist movements, but I know that like now it's like if you have those tattoos, you get identified. So like now, if you're like a new Nazi, they don't want you to have tattoos,
Yeah.
and it's like, how did you guys come up with having tattoos in the first place?
Yeah.
Like when you thought of it, how were you just like, maybe we should just have these thoughts and not get all these dumbass tattoos?
Well, and put them on your dick too. Like that's just
right.
like that's one way to hide them, I guess.
Crazy. It's a little disrespectful, isn't it? Like I don't know, like.
Yeah,
I'm not getting like the American flag on my cock. Like, that's not like that doesn't show reverence for your nation.
I mean,
you're not supposed to let it drop.
Me personally, I don't have the real estate for me, but that's
I'd probably have to do like whatever the first flag was, where there wasn't a lot of stars.
Flag. What's the smallest?
I could
flag?
maybe get the 13 colonies, but that's about it.
I can get like a shamrock on there. Maybe.
Yeah,
a little Irish.
I could get the Little Dipper. That's about as much as I can do.
Emphasis on
just lie and say it's the Big Dipper.
Yeah,
it's huge. The huge Dipper.
It's a different time of year. The stars,
the giant bigger than your ex Dipper.
I did it a couple times as like a joke. It just never did well. But I had like an ex-girlfriend who was like told me that like I was bigger than her ex. You're just like, I know what I got. Like this is clearly not a bragging.
Like, you don't believe that, and I don't. None of us believe that.
Even if that is true, it's kind of like you didn't notice,
Right.
It's like, well, that's just sad for you.
Yeah, true. I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
The moment that you realized you had a average cock.
It's generous. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I wanted to kill myself.
Yeah,
that was like a truly like a harsh revelation. Like,
yeah, I mean,
like, fuck.
I honestly don't think it matters all that much.
Oh no,
really, it's just
doesn't.
sometimes in movies I see a cock and I'm like, God damn it, dude.
Oh no, it doesn't. But when you're a 13-year-old boy, you don't fucking
it's disheartening.
Know shit. I'm just like, oh my god, like I'm worthless. I don't deserve to be
I better
alive.
move to Maine and kill myself.
I better buy a home in Damariscotta and drink Fireball till I die.
I better live in the woods. Well, yeah, because I know like the opioid crisis was also really bad out here, and I was like, I get it, dude.
I mean, what the fuck else do you do, man?
Yeah, pretty much.
Go to the community theater.
Candlepin bowling.
Hey.
Oof.
You ever do heroin, do candlepin bowling though, dude? Fuck.
Do better.
It's so much better, dude.
I never bowled above 100 in my life until I did heroin.
It's fucking bleak, man. I was like hearing people talk about like doing fent. And like, the thing with like heroin, it's like you take heroin, you like enjoy being on heroin.
Sure.
So with fent, it's like you just like you basically like flip a switch. You're just like basically taking a break from being alive for like 3 hours. You know what I mean? Like it's not even something that you enjoy.
Yeah.
I mean, it does explain the guys like doubled over on the sidewalk in Portland, just like.
Dude,
the fucking smooth criminal lean.
When I was in Seattle, like right before I came back, there were some people leaning. It was wild. I saw a dude just ass out imagine needing to take a shit on the street and you can't do that. That
I've never had trouble taking a shit.
Right.
But it's just like you can't. Come on, man.
I take that back. I have had trouble taking shit once. 30 days. 30 days I didn't shit. Had to go to the doctor. That was a problem.
Guys, here we're gonna fix it here in this barn.
That's right.
What do we do? What do we do? How do we fix this? Here, I'm confidently wrong.
I don't know. If you're asking me, I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, we don't have the fucking answers. Here, no, I know how we'll fix it. We'll put on a comedy show.
Yeah,
we tried that.
Do a little
it went
benefit. Okay. We'll do a benefit called Lean on Me.
We need someone to lean on.
All proceeds go to, I don't know, buying fentanyl.
That'll certainly solve the problem.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is like everyone's like, oh, like fentanyl's like in all the drugs, but it's like, can you have like a fentanyl dealer? Like, can you have a guy where it's like, yeah, I'll give you fentanyl? Like, it always seems like it's a surprise, you know?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I worked with this guy at that bankruptcy firm that we used to work at. He was like doing fent, and he was like, man, like, I think I'm gonna pass out if I take this, and then he just did it and like overdosed. It was just like what do you like you decided to do that?
You knew exactly what was going
What did you do to help him, Chris?
I wasn't hanging out with him.
Yeah,
I was like, hey, stop doing that, man. Don't do that. I'm sure he's doing fine now.
No, he's probably not at all.
Old Billy Bogues.
Yeah.
Remember Billy
name him. Say his first and last name. That'll make him feel better.
He used to sell bankruptcies over the phone.
Hasn't listened to this podcast yet.
Dude, that job, fuck it. I think we talked about it a little bit before, but did I mention so I had like a woman one call who was like, so like what you do is like you call them and you kind of like get a sense of like how they got into debt or whatever, and then I'm like, how'd you get all this debt? She's like, oh, I have like $80,000 in student loan debt, can I get rid of that? And I was like, probably not though. No, yeah,
you absolutely cannot.
Yeah, no, you absolutely can't. But it's like, I want the sale. But, so we're talking, and then she just starts getting like more and more mad. She's like, I didn't even finish the degree. The university wasn't even accredited. It's like, how come I can start going to a school, and then I do 3 out of the 4 years of this degree, and then just because I don't finish, it's not worth anything? I was like, what are you, fucking stupid?
Yeah, she didn't finish
what
college.
do you mean? It was like, just because it wasn't accredited and just because I didn't finish, it's not worth anything. I can't get a job with it. I'm like, bitch, you might be the dumbest person I've ever met in my life.
Like, dude, I really feel for them. I really
I do, yeah. But like,
it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You gotta like
tough it out.
What's the worst job you ever had?
The worst job I ever had?
The absolute worst fucking job.
Oh, I worked as a clinical secretary in a phone center at a hospital in New Hampshire, and would just get like yelled at by people who just they were in pain.
Mm-hmm.
Like they hadn't had the surgical outcomes they wanted because they didn't follow any of the directions they were supposed to.
Yeah,
and they were just mad. It's like, dude, I'll try to get you into the doctor as soon as I can. I'm sorry, it's 5 months from now, but like that's just, I'll put you on the wait list.
So you're like the sin eater for a hospital.
Just taking shit, just like eating shit all day. Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, that's the problem is because all those jobs are like, let's take 5,000 angry people and let them talk to someone with the least amount of power in the business.
Someone who could do there's literally nothing
I can do. If there was an open spot, like even like it was like 10 minutes, like, yeah, we could, I knew we could technically get them in.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I have to contact my manager, and my manager has to contact the doctor, and the doctor has to be like, yeah, I really don't want to see Mr. Jefferson again. Like, just let him suffer. That's just like, it's just because he doesn't have time. Like, what am I going to do in 10 minutes? Like, I can't, he's on as much drugs as I can give him, and then I have to get back on the phone after this guy's been on hold for 20 minutes, getting angrier for 20 minutes. Just like, sorry, I can't do anything for you. 6 months from now, see you then. All right, dude. I don't know what you want me to do. Like, beep, like,
you feel better?
Yeah. Does that help?
Did that fix it?
Yeah.
Well, my girlfriend's like a physical therapist. I don't mean to brag. And she was just telling me about like, she was just talking about like some patient where it was just like they were just being a problem, like hard to deal with. And I was just kind of like, do you just say that you don't want to deal with them and then just kind of like kick them out? And then she was like, no, like you gotta like work with them. I'm like, oh, you're just like a better person than I am.
Yeah.
Like I would just tell them to fuck off.
Yeah. No, especially like in the medical profession, there's only so much you can do.
Right.
It's like, you do want to help them, but it's just like, I also hope you just, I don't know, go away.
Go away. I hope something happens.
I mean, the nursing to fascist pipeline, it's a real thing, man.
Yeah,
it really is.
You've seen those photos of Hitler in that cute little nurse outfit, right?
It's a common misconception. Everyone thought he was an art student. He was actually a ER nurse.
Yeah, you should see him in that hot red lipstick he used to wear.
How'd you get a hold of my Halloween costume pictures from 2018? That's not
we got some.
But wait, is there actually a pipeline of nurses becoming fascists?
No, it's like a real thing. Yeah, it's just like your seeing some of the worst aspects
people at the worst times,
humanity, and they
Damn.
instead of blaming like the system, they blame the individual.
You should write an article from blue shirt to black shirt.
That's good. That's good.
The Candace story.
Yeah.
From candy striper to red hat. Here we go.
Yeah. So if you're a nurse and you're listening to this, don't succumb to
do not become a fascist. Give in. Kill your patients. Don't become a fascist.
Kevorkian was a hero.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to be a doctor early in college, and there's one day where because my roommate, who is now a doctor, we were living together and both trying to do pre-med, and we just sat down one day. He's like, "Yo, man, you say you want to be a doctor, but all I see you do is smoking weed and watching The Office. I don't think it's not gonna pan out for you, man. If you keep doing that."
Yeah.
Well, and I was like, "Oh yeah, no, you're right, man."
Yeah. Well, I think you made the right call.
Yeah.
I think you would be. I think you're a lot happier than you would have been trying to be a doctor. But it is funny because he probably thought that was just going to make you study more. Instead, you were like,
the wake up call.
I guess I'm going to be a stand-up comedian.
That was like his first. You were his first patient. I'm going to fix this guy.
Yeah.
And Chris was like, man, fuck that.
He was
Yeah.
probably in 10 minutes going to be like, I'm going to the library if you want to come. And then you're like, yeah, I guess I'll just do open.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna just change the entire course of my life.
Actually, I got to go file some paperwork at the registrar's office. Give me a minute.
I got some air. I'm actually gonna join an improv team.
Well, I was when I was flying out from Oregon, I had some time to kill because I got there real early, and I was like talking to there was like one bar open, so I was like, I got an hour to kill, I'll hang out here, and I was talking to the bartender. And he just asked me what I was up to, and I told him I do comedy. And then like him and another guy were just kind of like, oh, like what makes you want to be a comic? Like why do you love comedy? And I was like, I'm not very good at comedy. I'm literally not good at anything else. It's like this is literally the only thing I've been kind of good at ever.
Aw, you're pretty good at comedy, Pat.
Well, oh man. So
now I
told Chris about this. There was this guy. So I'm at the bar. The bartender, he's telling me he's from Texas. So we start talking about like Austin and like shit like that. And sorry, do you mind if I hit that? Thank you. I need.
Could have waited till your story was done, but that's cool.
That would be quick.
You can't resist.
I need it. Yeah. So we're talking, and there's this older white man who I thought was like this other group's dad because he was just standing by them and talking to him. And then like 5 minutes in, I realized he's just a drunk old man talking to these two like younger women. And so the bartender, he's from Austin, and he's talking to me like talks in perfect English, no accent at all. And then just there's another guy there who's Spanish. He goes over, talks to him like another employee, and they talk in Spanish. So like I hear him talking to this guy in Spanish, and then we're talking about Texas, and then this older man overhears him, and he goes like, "Oh, you're from Texas? Like that's strange. Like you don't know Spanish." And the guy's like, "I speak Spanish." And I was like, "Yeah, you were just speaking Spanish like 2 fucking minutes ago." The guy was like, "Well, what the hell? Like, why didn't you talk to me in Spanish? Why didn't you take my order in Spanish?" He's like, "Well, because I speak English and I'm an American citizen. I'm in Oregon." And he was like, "I just think maybe I'm just being selfish. I'm learning Spanish, and there's no richer experience than speaking with someone in their native dialect." And the guy's like, "Yeah, I'm American. I'm from Texas."
It's just a thing you pick up. Yeah.
He's literally being like, like, "Hola, mi amo, ¿qué pasa?" And the guy's like, "Hey, I speak English. Like I've been talking to you in English this whole time." And the guy just keeps going and going, and he keeps talking to him in Spanish. He's like, "Hey, if you want to talk to me in Spanish, that's fine. I'm going to keep talking to you in English because I'm an American and I speak English." And the guy just like is just hammered. And then he tries wandering out of the bar area with his beer. And the guy's like, "Hey, like come back here. Like you cannot get out of here. You have to come back here." And the guy's like, "I wasn't going anywhere." And he's like, "You're out of the area. Like get back in here." And he goes like, "This is why I keep going to jail is because people keep yelling at me."
This is why I keep going to jail. There's laws imposed on me, and I have to follow them.
But it's like, this is a guy where if you look at him, you're like, I don't think you've ever been to jail. I don't know why you said that. And then, like the guy just leaves. And then, the guy I'm like talking with is just like, dude, that guy really scares me. And then we're like, all saying like what flights were on because he's like he's gonna be on one of our flights, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to Chicago, and he's like I think he's on your flight.
Was he seated near you? Did you see him on the plane?
No, I didn't see him, but that was the weird thing too, is because like the other guy I was talking to, I thought we were hitting it off, and I was like, I guess he's gonna be on both of our flights. He's like, no, he's not on my flight. I'm going to DC, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then I go to my gate, and then he's there, and we make eye contact, and I was like,
you just lie to me?
What the fuck?
Oh, he was on your flight?
He was at my gate.
He's going to DC by way of Chicago.
Getting caught in a weird.
Well, this is also weird because he was telling me that he's in he like works for the government and does like foreign relations and stuff. So I'm like, oh, like, you know, where are you off to? Like thinking he's going to another country. He's like, oh, I'm going to DC. And I'm like, oh, but like, are you going somewhere after that? And he's like, no. I was like, okay.
It was just one time I was like going through security and like I had like a interaction with like this like pretty like cute chick like in the security line. I forget what I said, but I said something really cool and clever and smooth. And I was like, yeah, I'm pretty much the man, whatever. See you later. Go through security. And then I get seated on the plane and we're literally seated right next to each other.
Hell yeah.
It was like at O'Hare too. It was like a huge airport.
I remember that.
Right next to each other. And then like her and I were like talking, like hit it off, got her number. Like she's like, oh, meet me in Milwaukee. And I never followed up on it. never followed up on it.
Yeah.
But it was like, man, that could have been my wife.
Could have been married by now.
Could have been in the Mile High Club, at the very least.
She could have been in McDonald's with us.
Do people actually fuck in those bathrooms are tiny. How does anyone fuck in those bathrooms? You know what I mean?
On the airplane?
Club? That's a fake thing.
You do it on
right?
the Airbus because they got bigger bathrooms.
There's bigger. Really?
Yeah, you got to do it on like an international flight.
Yeah, they never no one's hitting the Mile High Club on like a Spirit Airlines flight.
No.
What do you think the numbers are on pilots getting head in the cockpit? Let's do guy talk for a little.
Let's just ask Sonny.
Because not
that I'm implying, Sonny, if you hear this, not that I'm implying you give head to pilots, but
she knows what's going on.
Yeah, because I mean, like,
got her wits about her.
Because that's definitely a thing where it's like all the pilots and the stewardess is like, oh, we're in whatever city for like one night. They go out. It's like a kind of like a carefree. How long until you're just kind of being like, let's just fuck on the plane while we're working?
Right.
Yeah,
right. I'm sure.
Let's hedge our bets.
Yeah.
I just want to specify, Sonny, I don't think you give head to airplane pilots, but we want to know.
But if you
want to
do,
know
that's
if
pretty
it happens.
cool. We would like to hear about it either way.
Yeah. Call into the show, guys. Who's getting head on airplanes?
Folks, let us know who's fucking and who's sucking.
Garrett's like, all right, these fucks are weird.
Let's change gears. Let's fucking do it.
Let's change gears, guys.
Cut the last 5 minutes.
This is your pilot speaking. We're changing gears.
Oh, you should have been at the Mencia show. He had a whole thing about airline pilots. Like there's certain cadence that they talk in.
Is a little bumpy. Sorry, Garrett.
Ooh. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Who wants to read it?
Who? Can you zoom way in? All right, thank you, sir.
Enhance.
All right. Garrett, enhance. All right, I'll give this a read. I go out of my way to come to this location. The blizzards used to be mixed well. There was never a reason to doubt they would be perfect. Recently, this has not been the case. I normally order multiple mini blizzards to take home and freeze so I can have some for a few days. I've been doing this for a few months. The last 2 times, none of them have been mixed more than halfway through. Not to mention, it seems like it's only half of the toppings they may put in. My thinking is, why am I making a point to drive to this DQ? But if they're not any better than the DQ closer to me.
Okay, Garrett, scroll back down a little bit. I want to point out one thing. The food is rated a 3, the service is rated a 5, and the atmosphere is rated a 4. personally, I wouldn't rate that as a food problem. I rate that as a service problem. Just saying. I think that's some issues there. And if there's a DQ closer to you, why are you freezing mini blizzards in your freezer?
Yeah, I mean, I think the real problem is that this may be a woman so stupid she doesn't know that they sell bigger sizes of ice cream, that you can just buy a gallon of ice cream.
Right? Is there a name associated with this? Lead 522. Okay, so they kill people.
Okay, yeah, so they've been lead poisoned. Their mind has been poisoned with chemicals.
To me, this seems like one of those tricks where it's like, I'm not eating too much. I only get the mini blizzards. But it's just like, well, are you buying 7 of them and freezing 6 of them for later?
It's like, oh, I got a 12-pack of Munchkins. I'm on a diet.
Yeah.
I'm eating donut holes instead of the whole donut.
I used to work at a Five Guys, and the amount of people who would come in and get a double bacon cheeseburger in a lettuce wrap was just fucking
They're on
insane.
keto. They're on keto.
I mean, dude, what the fuck? Over here. Or like double bacon cheeseburger, and then like, give me a Diet Coke. I'm watching my figure. I mean, that's a ridiculous review.
You ever see Kenny versus Spenny? Do you remember that show?
Very sparingly. But yeah.
There was like he's like trying to be fat in a drive-thru. He's like,
Yeah, can I get 10 cheeseburgers and 50 nuggets and a small Diet Coke? I'm on a diet.
It's kind of like
this is the same joke you just made. I just like to do it.
It reminds me of the I Think You Should Leave sketch, where it's like 50 burgers, 55.
Yeah.
And a small Coke.
I'm trying to do something here.
I'm doing something. Losing weight.
Yeah.
Working on myself.
No, I mean, I don't think you should have like a favorite fast food location.
Ooh, that says a lot about me.
Well, I mean, is it your favorite or is it the most convenient?
It's just the better one.
I just don't think
that's a little bit different.
Okay.
Though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's my thing.
That was a weird affect you took on for 5 seconds.
I don't think reviews should be like binary. I think like either 1 or 5. I don't want to hear your fucking middle of the road fucking like that wasn't anything. That was just like the ones like no, it's either horrible or it's great.
Well, I think
I don't want to hear anything else.
I think incredible comedian Brendan Ayer has like a joke about how stupid it is to leave a review for a fast food place to begin with, because it was just like, I don't know if I want to go to McDonald's. Like, let me look up. Let me look up the facts about it.
Yeah, I gotta evaluate.
Especially for Dairy Queen. I feel like I haven't been to a Dairy Queen in I don't know how long.
I don't know how Dairy Queen still. I don't know anyone who's like, let's go to Dairy Queen.
Drive down near Bath. You just see that place packed in the summer. It makes zero sense to me.
Yeah, but I think they just come and get ice cream. Like, I don't know who's keeping them afloat.
Money laundering.
Because we had one at our town where we went to high school. No one, like, there was like 2 kids who smelled bad who were like, I'm going to Dairy Queen. It was not.
They also worked at Dairy Queen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like I get a discount. It's either that or Star.
Dirty kids at the DQ for sure. DK's at the DQ.
That's right.
Yeah. What else you got for us, Garrett? What other pressing matters? Oh, do we lose him?
Do we lose him?
We didn't lose him. Did we lose him?
Is he muted?
He is indeed muted.
Oh shit!
We have to vent, or we have to vamp. We have to vamp.
That's all right.
What's your favorite fast food? Gun to your head.
Gun to your head. 2 guns to your head.
Yeah, that's fair. That was a dumb question.
I brought 6 pounds of McDonald's.
Have you ever had?
You're like, don't have a big dinner. I have some treats for you.
Yeah, and I felt bad because I had just had a very big dinner.
Yeah,
I warned you 3 hours ago.
We're putting some damn.
I guess we just had a big late lunch, but
we're putting in work.
I had before I left. You ever had Jollibee?
Yeah. When I was traveling, for sure.
It was wild to me, the concept, because they only have them like West Coast and shit like that. And then like we asked my girlfriend's friend like, oh, like is Jollibee good? Like, what do we get? She's like, get the fried chicken and spaghetti. I was like, what, you having a stroke?
I think it's where is it from? I think it's from the Philippines.
Yeah, Filipino food.
It's like, they got the spaghetti. They're all about the spaghetti too.
But it was like sweet spaghetti.
Yeah, they love spaghetti with ketchup.
I guess they love sweet barbecue sauce tasting spaghetti.
Yeah.
With cheddar cheese on it.
Yeah, it's
what do they got going on down there?
Do you know what was huge when I was in Japan and Singapore? It was huge. They had cheese tea. And I never got any because I was like, that just sounds absolutely fucking horrifying.
Yeah.
It turns out it was cream cheese mixed with tea, which is like, okay, if I'd known that, I might have tried it because, don't give me that look.
It just feels like that's our fault somehow. I just feel like if you look back, that has to be our fault somehow.
Typical American narcissist.
Well,
I could think it's all because of you.
No, because I remember, I think it was that same Vietnam like war class I took in college. They were telling us about like what they did for like special like psychological warfare in the Philippines, and it was like some guy like doing a guest lecture, being like, yeah, like what we found out was that the locals there believed in vampires. So what we would do is we would kidnap somebody and we'd take an ice pick and we'd stab 2 holes in their neck and kill them and drain all their blood and hang them from trees. And then that would make everyone think that they were vampires. It was like, why not just negotiate? Like what?
You might have to talk to people
like that. It's just like, is it really just so crazy to think maybe we did 9/11? Is it really? Is it really
going to happen? I knew this was going to happen. I fucking knew this was going to happen.
Is it really that fucking crazy
to
think that maybe we fucking did 9/11?
I love those memes that have come out like, sorry, buddy, we don't need you for Tower 7. And like the plane's nose like dips down all sad and shit.
I was watching, I was showing my girlfriend Nathan For You. And it was just this random one where it's like the dating service. I don't know if you guys saw that, but it's just like, they just like incidentally are just filming these 2 people on a date. And then it's just like cuts to like the woman on the date and they're bowling. And she just goes like, okay, so World Trade Center 1, World Trade Center 2, I get that. But what happened in Building 7?
Fucking explain that one to me.
It's a fucking first date in 2014, and you're being like, explain Building 7 to me.
For real. I had a bit about that.
That's a good bit. You should go on a date with this random woman from Comedy Central.
Me, bro. Explain that one to me. Prove to me that they didn't do 9/11. The burden of proof is not on me. All right?
Yeah, sure.
Did we lose Garrett? Is Garrett gone?
Maybe he's peeing.
No,
we have a long pee.
We can keep doing that.
We did say he was feeling sick.
Oh, is he raising his hand? Garrett, you good?
That was definitely a thing. All right, we're gonna keep going. Pat,
know.
what was the?
Garrett, if you can hear us, you're showing up as
raising
muted.
Your hand. You're muted.
We'll cut that part.
Okay, wait.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, cool.
All right. Are you not able to
got some
talk?
Reddit stuff.
All right. Am I overreacting? I will not hire someone with a 1488 tattoo.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'm building a house, and I live in a very rural part of the South. I'm trying to hire contractors to do some work, and one of the workers with the company has a 1488 tattoo on his neck. I don't want to hire racists. I'm canceling my contract with the company. Edit, just to be clear, it's a worker with the people I'm hiring. Edit 2. I was trying to keep up with responding to everyone, but I can't keep up. Thanks for the update. I apologize and really appreciate all of the genuine, helpful feedback. Thank you.
Well, yeah, when you go with the lowest bidder, what do you expect?
I mean, I guess it's a delicate issue because on the one hand, it's kind of like, yeah, don't hire racists, but it's like, if you're in the South, and especially if this is summertime, you're kind of punishing him by hiring him, you know? Like, if anything, you're hurting him.
This country is already in a housing crisis. We need as many built houses as we can.
1488? What is
like
that?
A callback. I can't remember the exact.
See, I don't even know what it is.
It's a callback to, I think, like wanting to go back to
Yeah. That's what's so annoying about Nazis is like they have all this weird like code where it's like, just say you're racist. Like, I don't know why they do a bunch of stuff where it's like numbers and like, I think the 14, so they have like a saying of what they want, and I think that's 14 words, and then 88 is I think a Nazi reference.
Yes,
so
it's 14. It's the SS stuff. Yeah,
exactly. So 88's an SS thing, and I think the 14 is like whatever thing they want comes down to like an abbreviated 14 words.
I think you're right.
I think you're like a white future for white.
Yeah, it's like we want to bring back a white future with like no candy and more cigarettes,
no
or whatever.
soda pop, no seed oils.
Yeah, no diet soda.
RFK and a tattoo. All right.
Everyone's good at the pacer test again.
Phrenology makes a big comeback.
What? I just want to look. I like numbers.
I remember, I think we were at Empire, and I forget who it was, but there was some comic where it was like someone said something about like their race being ambiguous, and I was like, I don't know, I have my tools with me.
Oh man,
I don't have my instrument.
I need my. I don't even know what the instruments are called.
Yeah,
See, that's how good of a guy I am. I
yeah.
don't even know what the instruments are named to measure skulls.
It was funny because I remember I was learning, I was like reading some stuff about like the mafia, like in Italy, and apparently like so like in America. There was just like a long time where like the FBI wouldn't acknowledge that there was a mafia.
Yeah,
and it was just more just like we just don't want to acknowledge that. Like, we just don't want people to like get panicked about that or whatever. But in Italy, they had the same thing, but they wouldn't acknowledge it because they believed that there was like a biological difference between Northern Italians and Southern Italians. And I think it was like, I think it's the Northern Italians that are like, they're too stupid. Like they're biologically too stupid to be criminals.
They hate the Sicilians and the Calabrians.
Yeah. Which is funny because now they're the most powerful mafias.
Really?
Yeah, they all went legit.
Yeah,
And they took over Rhode Island.
There's like one where they let women be like bosses. I think it's the Cosa Nostra. I could be wrong, but it's funny because they have like their hit squads and they're all hot women dressed like they're in Kill Bill.
Hey,
and that's
branding.
If I'm gonna get killed, that's the best way to go.
See some boobies
It
beforehand.
would be so easy for me to be murdered by one of those ladies.
Oh
too.
yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
all you got to do is DM me.
Well,
Yeah.
there was that woman. There was that. I think she was like a Mexican hit person.
Oh,
and she
yeah.
killed her boyfriend,
Oh,
and she was like, and turned out she was some like well-known.
She could trick
like,
me so
assassin.
fucking
She was
easy,
like-
dude.
Well, it's just funny because, like, could you imagine just being on the street and, like, a woman with huge tits in, like, a leather jumpsuit comes up to you and you're like, do you want to go out? And you're like, there's nothing shady about this.
Well,
like,
you know,
this
you
is going
got-
to be a
dude,
straight
there's
up,
one
I'm just
time
looking good.
I matched with this girl on Tinder. She all of her pictures, she like didn't have her face in any of them. It was always just like a little obfuscated. Like couldn't even really get a good look at her.
Yeah.
And I was like messaging her back and forth, and she's like, "Do you want to hook up?" I was like, "Sure." And I was like staying at a friend's house, so it's like I don't know where we're gonna go.
do this, yeah.
So she just like parked at like a playground, and I just walked into her truck, and then we just like fucked, and then I left. But it's like she could have killed
She
me.
could have killed you
So
easily.
easily.
Yeah.
I think I got into her truck. I'm like, you're not gonna kill me, are you?
Yeah.
We have lived very different lives.
Well, you know what's funny is
It's one of the hottest fucking dude. Just ramming a chick in a fucking like F-350.
You should have said Dodge Ramp.
Big Latina. That was awesome.
Mine didn't work out, but I had almost like an exact similar situation where it's like I'm going to meet up with someone and I realized that I have very little information about who they are or what they look like, and very easily could be like a trap. And I remember it was like in college, and my roommate Zach had like a pocket knife, and I was like, "Hey man, like I'm about to go on this date. I'm just like a little bit nervous. Could I borrow your knife?" And he goes like, "Maybe don't go on the date." What if you didn't go on the date
Smart
where you
move
think
here,
you need a
buddy.
knife?
Crazy
Maybe
idea.
just stay home and
Maybe
jack off. I don't know.
Like, beat one out and tell us what you think.
Have you had any really dicey dates that you?
No, that joke about me being a serial monogamist is real.
That's like, I feel like that's a better way to go. Though.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's certainly safer. I've never been
Yeah.
afraid of who I'm hooking up with.
I
Yeah,
can't
true.
necessarily say I was afraid. It was more so just like it'd be just so unbelievably easy for them to just fucking kill me.
Like I said earlier, we live very different lives.
Well, it's also funny because like that is also just, now I'm going to sound like just a fucking, what that is just kind of every woman's experience. Going on any
course.
date.
Well, that's why it's like if any
Yeah.
woman's like, "Oh, I'm like you," like it's like any guy that gets offended that a woman's like nervous. It's
Yeah.
like, dude, you are a psycho. Like,
Yeah.
you're, like
Well,
you're hiding something.
Yeah.
You're getting mad.
Yeah.
Well, I
Like,
I
that's
went on
weird.
I went on like a first date at like Maps in Portland one time, and I sit down and the girl was like, "Hey, like really good to meet you. Like, can I take a picture of your driver's license real quick to like send to my friend?" I was kind of like, at first I was like, yeah, it's fair.
Yeah,
Of course. Yeah.
I've seen a mirror.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The fucking like
No,
have your location
Yeah.
on. Like fucking yeah.
It's like, what am I gonna do? Try to like charm my way out of it, being like, "Baby girl, I don't even."
Yeah, that's worse. That's worse.
Why
Why don't I just show you my cock?
I don't even know if I have a driver's license.
I don't. I
I
can't.
know we're at a bar.
I'm not
my
a
scraped up college ID.
Yeah.
So I'm actually not a citizen. I was actually hoping you could help me out.
I thought we were just going off vibes.
Yeah. It's just like the I am 12. The $20.
Yeah.
Just a picture of you looking angry.
That's all of them, dude. That's all my pictures.
You pull out the photo album from your parents' house. It's like, yeah, look at all the pictures.
I'm a good boy.
I remember I had like a phase where all of the pictures of me from like I think like 2 to 4 were just me not smiling and holding up a rock like to the camera and just being like
Big on rock.
I was big on rocks, but it was just like pretty good air for the camera.
When we were literally little, I convinced Pat that this giant rock was a dinosaur skull, and then he spent the entire afternoon trying to haul a big boulder from the woods into the backyard.
and then I spent 8 years being really into dinosaurs.
We all went through that phase.
All because of a lie.
Yeah. But imagine you got off, scot free, because some people like they're fed a story and then they're eventually disillusioned, but that usually happens in like Iraq and not like in the backyard.
I swear to God, if this loops back down to 9/11, we're gonna have a fucking problem.
That would be really funny if it was just I become a paleontologist and then there's like it's me, it's raining outside and I'm crying with the boulder. I'm like, it was all a fucking lie.
Yeah. Imagine if you were in the desert and all of your friends are dead.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I mean, all of his friends are fossils. They're all dead.
Yeah, true.
All my friends are dinosaurs.
All my friends are dinosaurs.
That kid's book, All My Friends Are Dead. It's just like dinosaurs.
Let me do the end. All my friends are dead.
I don't know if you've listened to the podcast before. I don't think we've ever had an episode where Chris doesn't sing at some point.
I got the music in me, dude.
You got the music in you.
Got the music.
All right, Garrett. I hope you're feeling okay, boss. Do you got anything else for us, or we could keep
riffing otherwise, but
keep riffing.
Oh, there we go.
We got more.
Oh, there we go. He's got
The
more
man,
for us.
our man.
G Money, Mad Money with more content.
Oh boy.
Do you want to read this one, Pat? Since we're closer, or Stephen?
Let me move. Am I overreacting at my son, 15 male, for grossing out my daughter, 11 female, on purpose?
All right, I'm gonna go yes.
Made a throwaway about this elsewhere, but want to ask here. Our son has recently been doing gross stuff to our daughter to get a rise out of her, and she really hates it. Yeah, obviously. It started when she gagged when someone passed gas in a small room and he thought it was funny. And now he's periodically tried to fart in her face, hold the doggy bag up to her nose when walking the dog, and huffed in her face in the morning without brushing his teeth, causing her to gag a lot. He thinks it's funny, but she really hates it and wants him to stop. He knows this. Yeah.
This is a parent. You're a parent. Is this fucking crazy?
Yeah,
that they need to consult
don't
Reddit?
consult Reddit for this.
Okay, sorry.
No.
Let's continue.
He thinks it's funny, but she really hates it and wants him to stop. He knows this, and I've told him this after the first 2 incidents, but he still did it again. He says, I'm not hurting her. It's just a smell. It's funny, and she needs to get over it. In response, I told him, next time this happens, I'm going to make you smell something you won't be able to handle.
Just a good way to develop a kink. I don't know. That's a good idea.
Jesus Christ. And you're not going to get to stop smelling it just because you hate it or it makes you feel queasy. He asked, what could you make me smell that's so bad? And I said, you don't want to find out. You don't give her any warning when you do these things. So you aren't receiving one either. Jesus Christ. I'm a vet tech, though, and have more than adequate means to follow through on this. He sort of rolled his eyes and said, whatever, but it did make him stop for a while, until yesterday morning when he burped in her face again and laughed about it. I simply told him, all right, I'll be carrying out the punishment we discussed. This guy's a fucking psycho.
Sounds like a good
I
parent
let my
to me.
daughter take a mini vacation with my husband to get away from him in the meantime to a local hotel and water park while I prepare to administer his punishment. Just need a couple more dogs at work who need expressions. Puke emoji. After talking with others about it, though, I just wonder if it's too harsh a punishment. My husband fully supports it, and so do 3 of my coworkers, but 2 of them say it's too harsh and that a smell this bad is way too disproportionate to burps and farts. I said that everyone has a different tolerance to these things, though, and if he repeatedly violates his sisters, then he needs to realize what it's like to be on the flip side of this. I told my husband I was having second thoughts and wondered if it was too harsh of a punishment, but he said it's not undeserved and you have to follow through on your promises. Am I overreacting?
Two things. One, the hotel water park, probably Great Wolf Lodge. Shout out Great Wolf Lodge. Great fucking place.
Obviously.
And two, am I the only one that thought it was the dad doing it to the son and not the mom?
I was shocked to hear that it was the mom. I also can't imagine the conversation being like, well, I did talk about brutally punishing our son for this, so why don't you take our daughter to a hotel and water park?
It's just like I have no ability to discipline my kids other than just doing what he's doing to the sister. Like, you're like, it's like you're also a sibling. Just like
exactly.
Behavior
Well,
altogether.
it's also like, imagine if we were kids and you were fucking with me, and then like dad took me to a hotel. It was like, we have to go while your mother punishes Chris.
Right. Yeah. Your mom's been shitting. Mom's been making jankum for the past 3 weeks. So
you saved the afterbirth from your sister.
We're going to teach you a fucking lesson, dude.
I mean,
if you're asking Reddit for parenting advice, like that's
and I don't even ask my mom for parenting advice. Internet.
That's definitely been like a common theme with like the Reddit stuff we've done too, where it's just like, these are people where you haven't run this by anybody in your life.
No.
Not once.
I mean, this person has, and it's like, but this person's just a child.
Yeah.
Like there's some people where it's like, you can clearly like,
teenage pregnancy is a problem in this country.
That's right. True. It is also funny that it's like, I guess 3 out of 5 vets are okay with brutal child punishment.
I guess 3 out of 5 vets
am I the only one here that doesn't think it's that brutal? I mean, like,
it's not.
I guess
brutal.
I just don't know what is it. Did they say what it is?
It sounds like
they said gland expression, so it's like the liquidy shit that like gets trapped in the.
There's an
update. Yes,
I followed through and disciplined my son for repeatedly grossing on my daughter.
He popped a boner.
Thanks to. Does someone else want to read this?
Yeah, I'll read it.
Right,
or Stephen, do you want to?
Sure, I'll read it. Let's see. Thanks to all who commented. It was pretty clear I had to follow through or wouldn't be respected, and that punishment was fitting. Most people seem to agree. Except for the radical modern people, yes, of course, for whom the concept, the radical modern people for whom the concept of punishment seems totally alien.
She might be on the fascist pipeline.
Yeah, well, she is a vet tech. To them as a concept, I talked to my daughter and husband on the phone one more time too, and she said I for sure needed to follow through. Of course she did. She wants to see her brother punished. Yeah. It would have been a pug. I knew it was going to be a fucking pug. There was a pug with a particularly funky gland. I have 2 of them that this happens. The gland expression at work that day too. So perhaps Providence Rhode Island was showing its agreement as well. Some were telling me to wake him up with it or stink up his room, but I didn't want the house to smell for ages. Come on, wuss. I just told my son to come to the backyard with me for his punishment, and that if he at any point resisted or refused, this is getting weird, I'd have dad come home to assist. Dad's going to hold him down with straps, and the punishment would be 20 times longer. I made clear that was literal. He said, I'm fine. He said, fine, let's go. Let's get this over with, and followed me out. I showed him the jar. It had 12 dogs expression. Oh God. Told him I was going to pop the lid and hold it to his nose, and he was going to take 3 sniffs, and that's what he did. It got a bigger reaction than even I expected. After the first sniff, his eyes widened, he was gagging, and he was holding his tummy afterwards, saying, "Oh my God, that is hideous." I told him, it's just a smell. It's not harming you, right? Should I be able to do this as often as I want if I think it's funny, just like you do to your sister? He said, okay, I learned my lesson. I'll stop, and turned to go back inside. But I said, oh no, don't you remember what I said would happen if you did that to your sister again? You weren't going to stop smelling just because you hated it, just like she wasn't. He looked back at me as if I was hoping I was joking, and I said, think about how your sister felt knowing you were going to do this again and make her feel sick and being powerless to stop it. I then gave him a choice. He could put his nose over the rim for 3 minutes straight and get it over with right now, or he could come back outside with me every hour on the dot for another 2 sniffs until I decided the lesson had been learned. He agonized over the choice and said there was no way he could do it 3 minutes, so chose the latter. Come on, just get it over with, dude. Once per hour that day, we went back outside, and it never seemed to get any easier for him. But after only every hour, the 4th time, I said, I think he's learned his lesson. Should have followed through because I could see it was really getting to him. Come on, follow through. Didn't want anything overly harsh, but something very unpleasant, which I think was achieved. I told him that I think he's learned why these sorts of pranks aren't funny to people, and that if I ever heard of it happening again, he'd be spending a good long while with his nose in a jar like this or worse. I think he got the message. Daughter and husband came home from their mini vacation later that night, and there have been no incidents since. I think he got the message loud and clear. Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong here. I feel like it's weird for the parents to step in and do the same thing that the kid was doing. Like, I feel like it should have either been punish the kid in a normal way or give that dog shit or whatever to the daughter. You know?
Oh, that would have been interesting. But you don't want to pit the kids against each other.
I feel like that's better than like because it'd be like, this is a drastically harsher example, but it'd be like, if the son was molesting the daughter,
Jesus
you wouldn't
Christ.
be like, now I'm going to molest you.
Yeah.
You know?
Let's see how you like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't. I mean, it's like oh, you want to smoke cigarettes? You're gonna smoke this entire carton of cigarettes.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you like burping in your sister's face? Well, you're gonna huff an entire can of burps from a dog. Or,
Yeah.
it's just like,
Well,
how is this helping?
I
how is
had
burping anything better?
I had a friend in high school who he and his brother were not getting along. They got into a big fight, and then the brother stabbed him with a knife. If his dad then stabbed the older brother with a knife, that'd be a little bit overreacting.
Right. That would be
like it's weird. I feel like it's weird for a parent to do the child's prank that they're doing. You know?
What do you think, Steve?
I think they should get this kid in to see a psychiatrist. There's clearly something wrong with him. That would have been the better choice.
And if there wasn't, there is now.
There is now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. Listen, I'm not above punishing my kids if they do something wrong, but I'm not gonna smack them if they hit each other. Like that's not gonna work.
I mean, it just happened. Like kids fight.
Yeah.
You know?
They pull pranks. They fart in each other's faces.
Yeah.
I mean, we were all laughing. We thought it was funny when the kid was doing it too. Like, it was pretty funny. There's some differences. Like, I don't know. If you're gonna have your kids hate anyone, you want them to hate you rather than their sibling, I guess. But it's just like, I don't know.
I just feel like if we were kids and I did a prank to you, and then you pranked me harder doing the same thing, I'd be like, fuck, this guy's better at pranks than me. If then my dad comes in and does the same prank, I'm like, what's going on?
Why is this happening?
Yeah.
Become a prank household.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you got a YouTube channel.
Yeah, it very easily could have
Yeah.
escalated. It could have gone the other direction. He just sits there over the jar.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like that's how
family
you get.
of Jankum dealers.
I feel like that's how you end up with like that Costco family, you know, where it's like you're giving out booms to people.
It's like, Sonny, keep misbehaving. We're going to take a vacation to India.
You're going to get 3 dooms.
God, do you ever see that clip of oh man, we're so sorry to hear about your friend that passed away. We're gonna give him 5 big booms. Boom, boom, a 7 boom salute.
Yeah. Well, dude, I saw like a video where it was like, I think someone was filming them making a video, and it was like the dad's like a psycho. Like he would say it, and it was like them doing like a collab with like another guy, and he'd be like, I'm at Costco and I got the big cookie. And he's like, no, it's the chocolate chunk cookie. Do it again. It's just like, dude, chill out. Like you're fine. You're doing fine.
Yeah. Crazy, dude.
It was either this or you were a volunteer fireman until you killed yourself.
That guy's been striving for like decades. Like
really?
Oh yeah, he's tried many different times to have like a social media career.
He just reminds me of. Do you guys remember Shoe Nice? Did you ever see?
Yeah,
Shoe
yeah,
Nice?
yeah, yeah.
The
dude with
Shoe
the,
Nice.
the pans,
like a clean cut Shoe Nice.
Yeah. Well, I can't find. I think he took down all his videos, and I think it might have been. It was either the chugging Everclear or maybe the eating cactus video. Oh. But there's one. It really haunts me, honestly. There was one Shoe Nice video where I swear to God, he's like about to eat or chug something, and he's never done this in any other video, but he right before he starts, he looks right in the camera and goes, fuck my dead mother, and then starts doing whatever he was gonna do.
I feel like some people get stuck, especially in the age of social media, get stuck in like this, I have to do this, like my audience needs this, like, I'm sure he was depending on it for some kind of money, but it's just like or clout, even worse. It's just like, dude, stop. Fuck, just stop.
I was getting into a rabbit hole for a while of like those dark like Patreon or like Kickstart guys or whatever. There's it's not very big, but there is like a community where it's like their entire thing is you just live stream, and every time someone donates, you have to take a drink.
Oh yeah.
So there's people where it's like they've had 10 years of just drinking all day, every day for like not a lot of money, like enough to live, but like not enough to
destroy your liver and your life. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man. Well,
I got sad.
on that note, thank you, Stephen, for coming, bringing us some what?
Do we have anything happier?
Oh, we can handle something. We can handle something happier than that. We're at about an hour, but I love McDonald's. I love a sweet treat from McDonald's.
Well, my bad, guys. I fucking made the end sad.
No, I mean, the world's a fucking miserable, sad
The
place.
world's a vampire, dude.
The world's a vampire from Vietnam.
That's right. We got McDonald's and Elf bars.
Yeah, man.
Nicotine.
We're living.
We got high noons. It's not that bad. Hey,
It's not that bad.
go drink, have some McDonald's, take a puff of the Elf bar,
You'll be fine.
get home safe.
Get home safe, everybody.
Get home safe, folks. Okay. So, confidently
Ignore that first part.
Confidently Wrong is a Barn Boys media production hosted by Chris and Pat Nugeth, produced by Garrett Morris. If you'd like to support the podcast, please visit our Patreon. New episodes out every Wednesday. Confidently Wrong does not advocate for molesting your children. If they are molesting each other, make them smell Express dog pus instead. And get home safe. We love you. Good
Have a
night.
good night, guys.
Love you.
Bye.